This is Serena Maurizio with your News in 90. The University of Florida has released its plans for future graduation ceremonies. Hundreds of people are gathered here to support Springs County. Over 8,000 people have already signed the petition that will be sent to legislation. Tower Road in Gainesville is expected to be finished next month after construction delays over the summer. The Jewish Greek Council hosted its first de-stress event at the Hillel for students in the Jewish community. Hillel's Rabbi Jonah Zinn says they created this event to get students' mind off of this stressful time due to COVID-19.
This is a stressful time for everyone, and I think the opportunity to come together to do things that help you get your mind off everything going on in the world is a great opportunity to be able to create that kind of space.
The event had many activities for students, including stress ball making, pumpkin decorating, a photo booth, and an entire petting zoo. Students were able to interact with llamas, alpacas, hedgehogs, and goats.
Nothing helps people, I think, de-stress more than being around animals. So I think that really led them to create what we hope will be an evening of sort of relaxing and community building.
De-stress event was also a way for students to celebrate fall during this time. UF Hillel coordinator Ashley Jones says that students felt like they missed out on fall activities due to social restrictions.
A lot of the feedback we had from students was that they felt like fall wasn't happening, that they missed all their fall opportunities. They didn't get to go pumpkin picking this year. They didn't do any of it because it hasn't felt like fall.
The event maintained strict social distancing and all participants were required to wear a mask.
Hillel is all about providing students with a safe way to socialize during this pandemic.
Jones says that Hillel is planning on doing more events like this in order to help students during this time. Serena Maurizio, WUFT News. Over the past 5 years, cities of High Springs, Alachua, Newberry, Archer, and western parts of Gainesville have tried to succeed from Alachua County and start a new one called Springs County. Newberry City Commissioner Tim Martin says the movement gained a lot more popularity over the past few months due to COVID-19 bringing up issues residents have with Alachua County.
A lot of the reactions to COVID and that sort of thing have really revealed, I think, to a lot of people what the character of the Board of County Commission is. And when they're doing nothing but listening to the city of Gainesville at this point, that's a real challenge for everybody in the rural part of the county.
Residents in these smaller cities feel like they don't have proper representation in Alachua County.
We want lower taxes. We want to have a voice in what laws and stuff, what mandates, what, gets passed in the whole county.
Springs County is a new idea that will empower people like us to make decisions and really prosper in a way that we haven't seen in this area in a long time.
Hundreds of people are gathered here to support Springs County. Over 8,000 people have already signed the petition that will be sent to legislation. Springs County promises to lower taxes, rebuild infrastructure, and give these communities a larger platform in North Central Florida.
The outcomes can be accomplished by having a representative government, by having government that we have access to and that listens to us over the long term, because they're out to make the right decisions for their community.
The decision to legalize Springs County will be seen on the ballot in 2022. Serena Maurizio, WUFT News.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created an unhealthy relationship between college students and a crucial part of the college experience: going out. As Gainesville continues to battle the spread of the COVID-19 virus, it is also trying to keep local bars and clubs afloat during this time. However, the question remains if the balance between these two goals is there. If you travel to a bar on a Saturday night, you will notice a lack of two things: mask wearing and social distancing.
Oh, there's none. I mean, if you choose to have social distancing, you can, but some bars can get crowded up pretty quickly, or it's like, yeah, you just want to you just kind of have to put the towel down and just kind of surrender.
The most recent county order does not allow for more than 50 people to congregate in an area that does not allow for social distancing, unless people are wearing masks. If these rules are not being followed, groups are subject to being broken up by law enforcement. If rules are being followed, there should be no problem even at bars and clubs, but regular bar goers say this is not the case.
If they're wearing a mask, it's fine, but if they're not, it's like they don't say anything.
When asked about routine checks, Gainesville Public Information Officer Rosanna Pazzaniti said the inspections are only conducted when complaints of non-compliance are called in. They are not done regularly.
When the codes enforcement team receives a complaint from an individual, from a neighbor that notices there are folks in the establishment that are not wearing masks, then that's when those are investigated.
An initiative called Driving Healthy Behaviors was started by the Center of Public Interest in Communications in October due to the city's negligence of keeping businesses on track. Accounts supervisor from the agency at UF, Samantha Green, says the initiative was started because viral videos of bars in Gainesville not following protocols began circulating online.
We have distributed posters, decals. They're already up in a lot of businesses, and we're continuing to work with the business owners. We're continuing to work with the city and also patrons to further develop the campaign and further develop our materials to be the most effective as possible.
The Driving Healthy Behaviors initiative puts emphasis on changing behaviors at places such as Midtown. It should be noted, though, that this initiative puts emphasis on marketing these changes as opposed to other options such as legislative enforcement. Green says we will know how this approach to combating COVID-19 works as data comes in over the next couple of months. Harrison Smadge